Okay, it looks like Brother Nate's having trouble with his conversation. He was asking for some help. He's got some samples of his online conversation, so we'll take a look at it and we'll see what he's doing wrong. With me is Jovina. She'll give a woman's perspective. All right. He writes, side note, both females are sisters. That means they're black. I'm thinking about giving up on sisters. I never had any kind of success with them, but have no other market. I thought you were into Latinas. Or maybe I suggest that because of your height. And a lot of Hispanic males are close to around your height. So they're used to dating shorter guys. But the first convo. Oops. Okay. He says, hey, how are you doing? So it sounds like you're hoe chasing because I don't see her coming at you. So after all that I've taught you, again, I don't see her first, conversation with you. You're still hoe chasing.
Where is he? Is he at a club?
No, he's doing online dating or online conversation someplace.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if he lists where this is. And two females have just stopped messaging me now. Don't know where they're at. Doesn't say what he started, what medium he's using. So your first mistake is you're coming out of the blue at them. You're hoe chasing. And after all I said about hoe chasing, and you've been with me for what, 4 years now? 3 years? I know I talked to you 3 years ago. You're still doing the same thing? How? Explain that to me. I don't understand. She goes, I'm fine. How are you? He goes, I'm doing good. What do you look for in a man?
Oh, God.
If I met you and I asked you that question, how would that make you feel? Don't rub your temples. I know.
Well,
now you see why I hit tables.
He's barely started a conversation, and that's the first thing he comes up with?
Yeah.
What do you look for in a man? I mean, don't you just...
Get general conversation going.
Yeah, and, that's something that comes later.
Yeah.
You have to be on a certain subject for that to come up.
Yeah. I personally would never, ever ask that at the very top of the conversation. Okay?
It's just off. It comes in from left field. It's so out of place.
Hold on. I forgot that I told him to be more aggressive in the hoe chase. My bad. He's 5'3". He's 5'3". Yeah. My bad. That's my bad. I totally forgot about that.
Still, that's a bad start to a conversation.
Yeah. Bad start to a conversation. That's probably why they're dropping off real fast. Okay. She goes, just what you said. I look for a man in general. I don't go in it with he gotta be this or that or got this or that. I just want him to be a man. He doesn't have to be all the way together, but I need him to be in the process of being together. That's all I ask for. She didn't ask for much. That's a good female right there.
She's got low standards.
And then he goes, I like that. Do you believe in trust?
Huh? It sounds like you're interrogating her. That's not a conversation. That's just asking her
that's weird.
Random questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It sounds like you're reading off a script to me. It just sounds like just canned. Do you believe in trust?
It sounds like an interview, like you're interviewing her.
Of course girls believe in trust. That's like a dumb question to ask them. That is... I'm sorry, man. Like, wow. She goes, I do, though. It's hard to give fully right off. Question mark. He goes, I feel you. I ask because there's something I look for in a woman. That's something I look for in a woman. Okay. She goes, oh, okay. Well, yeah, I do. That's something you control in a woman. Either you have it all and lose it, or you have some and earn the rest? He goes, I agree with you on that. How am I doing on earning yours?
Didn't you just meet? Or didn't you just start talking to her? Nobody can just trust somebody right off the bat without knowing the person for a while.
I'm speechless.
I'm confused.
I'm speechless. Nate.
Okay.
Nate? I got that headache growing now. Don't pull your hair out. Stop. Damn, I hate when this happens to me. When I see something that totally shocks my mind, it's hard to get my brain back in gear. Okay. Let me just move to the next thing. Let me get focused and focus on reading the next line. I got to get past that comment. I think he's still talking. I mean, being that we talking through the internet and not face that we talking. Take the Ebonics out of your language. Women, they have better grammar than we do, usually. I mean, being that we are talking through we're talking through the internet instead of we, and not face to face. She'll know you Jack from Adam, and not face to face. You're not really earning none. It's her talking. We haven't met in person yet? ? Oh, she got bad. Oh, she's ghetto.
Wow.
He goes, LOL, true. We have to make that happen. Are you open to meeting? She goes, I am, ? And he goes, I like that. What are you doing next weekend? Boom. She went, I am, with a question mark. I mean, I don't know. She must be really desperate to say a few words with dude and meet. Okay, second convo. Yes, I told him the whole chase. I forgot. Hey, I saw that you're a teacher. How do you like it? That's a good question.
That is going in the right direction.
She goes, LOL, I actually don't like it anymore. I'm in the process of changing careers now. My next question, what are you going to go into? He goes, LOL, nothing wrong with that. What do you want to change to? Good. He's on track here.
Now we're getting somewhere.
She goes, I'm going into administration on the college level. He goes, that's cool. What made you want to do that?
Good. He's still continuing.
I would much rather be involved with students on a higher level, she says. He goes, I feel you. Nothing wrong with wanting better. So what do you look for in a man?
Didn't you already have that conversation?
Okay, well, they're answering, so they probably think he's weird, or kind of fast. Let's see. Someone who's God-fearing, consistent, knows what he wants, true gentleman, supporter. Those are the basics. What about you? What do you look for in a man? I think that's what she's asking them. He goes, I like that. You don't see always use that, I like that, or that's cool. That's one of his crutch words. I look for someone who's loyal, classy, positive, and supportive of her man. Is that you?
Wrong question. Don't ask that. It's too soon.
Yeah. Although I feel like I'm all of that. And he goes, LOL back at her. Then I think we should take things further. Can I get your number? She goes, LOL, I don't even know your name. You are about the most thirstiest motherfucker I've ever seen.
I think you need to have more than one conversation with them before getting to the part about asking for a number and meeting up. Yeah. You have to earn their trust a little bit.
Yeah. See, it's different than meeting someone in person.
In person, yeah.
You've given your number out within 10 minutes, haven't you? Of meeting someone? Yes, you have.
I have, but then I didn't do online.
What was the conversation like?
Well, I mean, it was definitely...
Think about the one time you met a dude at a gas station. The one that lived in Fresno?
No.
You didn't get that?
I mean, that was at the club.
Oh, okay. You ever met a guy outside the club?
I have, but I never gave out my number to anybody that I met outside the club, just like random that.
So, never mind. We all know about club game. You give them the phone number, they put the number in the phone.
Right.
Did it.
Usually there was a conversation of some kind,
or some dancing.
Yeah.
Because I would do it on the dance floor, just take it out. In fact, I did that to you. You know, I was working a program.
You what?
I was working a program.
Were you?
You know, my program shit.
Were you now?
Yeah. And it works.
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? You were part of my program.
Oh, God. I've been part of this program for a long time now, huh? It's been almost 12 years of this program.
This is not the program I signed up for. That was trying to work. No. You know, if I had a choice of my little brother being alive and you not being in my life, I would take my little brother alive. That's the one that really fucked up my life.
I guess I can't.
You can't fault me for that one, no.
No, I can't.
No. I'd do anything to get him back. I think about him laying out there under the ground, just his body just rotting. Sometimes I think about going out digging him up. Anyways, let me get back on point here, fellas.
Yeah.
LOL, then I think we should take things further. Can I get your number? She goes, LOL, I don't even know your name. He goes, LOL, good excuse. My name is Nate. Why question mark? Nate, period, question mark. It's no pressure. Just wanted to get to know you better. Nate, you have no game. You have no conversation, no, what they say back in the 70s, no rap. You have no rap.
You have to get to know her a little bit and let her get to know you a little bit before you go on to this next step.
Yeah. See, they're afraid that they can feel your thirst. You're trying to bum rush them to bed. They know that. That's instant turnoff.
And it's scary because not knowing who you are or what you're about can be a very scary, thought to just meet up with somebody that you don't know and you know nothing about.
Exactly.
You could be a serial killer for all they know.
Exactly. That's how women think too. Even sisters, they have a little bit of fear in them too. Or you might be creepy, a bugaboo they can't get rid of.
Someone they can't shake off later.
Yeah. The one sister that got killed because she refused to dance with a dude. They're all up on this stuff now. He goes, so what's your favorite thing to do on the weekends? She goes, it just depends on my mood. I get into different stuff and sometimes I just relax. It really depends. What about you? Usually I find something interesting to do. I also make sure to work out. Sometimes I'm a homebody though and stay in. It all depends, question mark. What do you like to do to relax? You are interrogating her. You're not asking.
You're not letting it turn into a conversation. It's a 20 questions kind of a deal.
Yeah, you got a list of questions you're asking, and it feels like that. It feels very robotic,
like an interview, basically for an article. You need to turn it into a conversation. You just kind of elaborate on some more things.
Let's give an example.
Well,
we can't because you have such a bad example. I'm doing good. What do you look for in a man?
Well, here when
Okay.
you switched from her career and her career change to what do you want in a man, that's just
No, he actually
changing
asked that first in this one.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I mean is he made that switch from that topic
To trust.
To trust and what do you want in a man, which is way off from what you were originally talking about, which was her job and the fact that she was making a change because she didn't like it. And you could elaborate more on that, take it a little further.
I agree. Yes, I agree. What's the weirdest conversation you ever had someone try on you?
Oh, God.
Do you remember anything? I know it's been 13 years, but...
No, I guess you would call it the PUA style,
What happened?
Well...
And was he a brother or a white guy?
No, I remember I told you he was Asian.
Oh, yeah, they were big in the PUA, yeah. Yeah, an Asian guy. What did he say?
So,
the weirdest conversation.
Well, I don't know that it was weird. It was just not...
Lack of game, then.
Yeah, he didn't sound interested. You kind of already knew where he was headed.
You could see his roadmap of conversation. What did he say to you? First thing he said to you?
Well, first he asked me to dance, so
Yeah.
we danced, and then he asked my name, which I told it, and he told me his name, and then, I don't know, it didn't really even, it's not the kind of conversation that sticks in your mind, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's hard to remember.
It just kind of
It left notes.
was a bunch of words exchanged, but none of it.
But he was exchanging, so that means he may not have been a PUA because PUAs, they were using stories. Did he try a story on you?
No, not that I could. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He might have just been
He didn't do
an
that.
Asian
He-
guy
he-
with no game.
Yeah, he did ask me, if I went there often,
Yeah. That's typical.
Typical.
Yeah. You come here often?
Question.
Do you come here often?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't ever ask that, fellas. Please, don't ever ask that one.
Yeah, nothing. It wasn't even a conversation worth remembering. That's how I would put it. You know how when you have a conversation that's such a good conversation that you remember everything that you talked about?
No, actually, I don't. I was like, these guys, just try to get to point B. I didn't care to talk to females. I just want to fuck.
But you do remember what they said to you because later on you bring.
I couldn't remember their names. That's why I had to have Craig. I would signal Craig next morning after we get up out of the bed to get her name.
Well, then
I was bad.
Then I guess you know how I'm feeling right about now because I don't remember the conversation I had. But I just remember it was very dull and nothing to remember.
Yeah.
Nothing about him stood out that made me think like, wow, this is an interesting guy. I'd like to get to know him. So something has to stand out.
Let me retract my statement. In the beginning of getting to know someone, I don't remember any conversation. But after we've had sex, I like to have deep conversations, and I remember those. So that does account for what we're talking about. My game was in the club until the end of it, and I started doing their dating. And I remember some of those good conversations that I did online.
And this is
They
an
were deep.
opportunity. And
Yeah,
this
they're
is
deep.
an opportunity to have a
A nice deep
decent conversation, something that she's going to remember. That's
Yeah.
what you want. You want her to remember you so that you're in her head. So that she's going to want to have another conversation with you and go.
Look at you talking about getting in the girl's head. What do you know about that shit? Damn.
What, do I look
You got some
stupid to
game?
you?
I don't want to answer that. Thank
not
God we're
rocket
friends.
science.
Yeah. See how easy it is for women, and you guys still can't get the shit? You want to have a conversation with her, not an interrogation.
Exactly.
Okay?
And not an interview.
Yeah, and it's got to flow. You are interviewing her. It's a immediate turnoff. I mean, this is shocking, Nate. This is shocking. We should set up a program where they can practice on you. Oh God, you'll be pulling your hair out.
Yeah, I think you need somebody young.
Yeah, I do need someone younger, but
because it has to.
I don't have anybody younger. Unless I get a slave added to our house.
Slave, really?
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that. She can clean the house and shit.
Yeah.
Wow. So to close out the show, Nate, your conversation skills they got to be improved. You got to work on getting her. Find out more about her before you bum rush her, because all you're doing is bum rushing.
Don't rush from one thing to another, one subject to another. Linger. If you're, for example, when you were asking her about her job, you were on the right track. You were finally getting to a place where, okay, it makes sense. She was probably thinking, oh, he's really interested in about me. He really wants to know about me, and that's what women like. Mm-hmm. And you could have elaborated more on that. Stayed a little bit longer on that, and then from there, you kind of take the conversation wherever she takes it. She's going to maybe mention something else. You have to remember, certain things that she would say, and then, oh, by the way,
I remembered your name.
Did you?
Yeah.
As hard as it was to remember.
No, I remember I got it right the first time. Yeah, you think he said people always fuck it up.
They did. It was not an easy name to remember.
It's like Jovina. I never heard anything like that before. And remember, I thought you were Russian. So.
Yeah, I know.
I was talking to that other Portuguese girl that was there, and I was surprised you were Portuguese. Never boned her.
Why?
Never boned her. Never touched her. I didn't touch the bitch. But
which one? The one with the curly hair?
Yeah, the one with the curly hair. Was she?
I can't remember her name.
Was she from the islands too?
I don't know if she's from the islands. I don't think she's ever actually been there. I think she was born here.
A Luso Americano.
Yeah, I think so. I only met her once through somebody else there. I can't remember her name though.
That black dude, Chihuahua, dude, was
Chihuahua.
Mr. Insecure.
Yeah.
Did he bone her?
Huh?
Did he bone her?
I don't know. Probably.
Because I started looking at her body.
Didn't tell me that.
I started looking at her body, and she lost a massive amount of weight recently.
I didn't know that.
She was squishy to the bone. It's like she had lost all the weight, but her flesh was there. So if you saw her naked, you'd run out the room if you were a man.
Well,
she was looking okay, but she lost a massive amount of weight, and it was squishy.
I had no idea. I met her that one time.
What was her name?
I've seen her a couple of times. I don't know. I don't remember her name.
It wasn't that important to me. You were the one that was important to me.
We're silly.
Yeah. So, excuse us clowning around on the show here, Nate. I hope you will spend more time like Jovina suggested, and she's right on those particular threads. Remember I told you, you've heard my shows. I talked about breadcrumbs. Like that was a breadcrumb that she left there for you to follow through, like Jovina said, about her job.
But that means you have to really listen to her.
Yeah.
You have to really listen to what she's saying in order to, carry the conversation in the direction that it's supposed to be going.
That's the best advice I could ever give right there. You have to really listen, active listening. I put out a product on that, how to do active listening. And then stay with the subject for a while. Mm-hmm. Like I would ask, we both got the same question, next question, but I would delve more into it. What type of duties she's going to be doing? Is it a pay raise? I do know administration's pay raise, but I'd ask that anyway. I'd ask her, what attracts her to it.
You didn't ask her anything like about the kids that she taught. She said she was a teacher.
True that. Yeah, I would ask.
You didn't ask, or are you teaching teenagers? Is it younger kids?
I would ask what turned her off about.
Yeah, what turned her off about.
But I already know.
About, things like that. So there's so much more that you can go into in that particular subject.
Yeah. That's what people who are used to have normal conversations would do, like Jovina was suggesting. You're not used to even talking to girls, it looks like. Having a normal conversation. That's why I suggest you get a starter hoe, I'm going to say this one time only, but it doesn't matter what she looks like. Okay? As long as you have someone that you're communicating with, that you're practicing sex skills with, because that's important. You got to learn to develop that communication skill and use that woman to practice with.
But also, didn't you a lot of times have the guys talk to just random people, like at a grocery store while standing in line?
I don't think he did that.
That's good practice right there, because there's no pressure. It's not somebody, it could be an older man or an older woman. You know, it doesn't really matter who you're talking to.
Yeah.
It just kind of develops your skills to have a conversation with no pressure.
Teach them. Teach.
What do you mean teach?
Preach.
I'm preaching.
This is church right here. Church of Jovina.
Well, I haven't been to church in a long time.
That's true. Bad Catholic.
Bad.
Average Catholic.
Bad Catholic.
So you got to take those threads and follow them through. Instead of bum rushing her to the next question.
Yeah.
And you asked for the phone number within a few lines.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
That was too fast. You should have.
That was light years too fast.
You probably should have a couple more conversations with her before.
Over days.
Yeah.
Couple days.
Because you want her to feel comfortable about talking to you first.
Yeah.
Before she feels comfortable to actually give you any of her personal information.
Yep. I agree. There's no rapport established. And you're asking for the phone number.
Yeah, it was just really fast.
I know that, you face certain issues and you're thirsty as fuck, but you got to learn to control that thirst, man. Take your time and slow your roll. Learn to develop rapport.
You'll have much better results that way.
Mm-hmm. I do want to start a program where they get a chance to at least talk to a girl. They can spend, like speed dating. You got 5 minutes to talk to Jovina. Go.
Speed dating.
Yeah. I'm going to pimp you out on speed dating.
Oh, God.
So then you give them an assessment afterwards. Work on their conversation skills. Like, Jesus. Because this is bad. This is really bad, Nate. It's a good thing you asked for help. I'm surprised you can't see yourself. That's what really gets me. You don't see it. And I wonder how many other guys don't see how bad their conversation is.
And also, you have to remember, sure, you want to know about her and you want to ask her questions and know about her. But also, if she asks you a question, don't just give her a short answer. Give her something that
with some meat on it, yeah.
Yeah, that can really be
showcase yourself.
Yeah.
Every time, it's like
not bragging, but if there's something about you that you're proud of, and she's asked you this specific question, for example, if she asks you, well, what do you do? Then you can talk about that without really going into a lot of detail or a really long, drawn-out conversation over what you do as a career or a job, but answer the question and make sure it's not just, okay, I work at DMV.
Oh, yeah.
And boom, that's it. That's the answer, and that's all you get.
Embellish yourself, basically.
Yeah.
And make yourself look good. I learned that way back in the late 70s. I read a book called The Hidden Job Market, and they talked also about interviewing. And you always take your weakness and make it look like a strength. Like, if I had to say one of my weaknesses is I'm impatient. I want things to be perfect and right, and I want them to happen real fast in the work situation. So you take that, the employers actually you make it look like a weakness, but basically you embellish it. So you always embellish what you do for a living. I save people's lives. Well, know how? Here's how I save people's lives.
What does he do?
I don't know. He was trying to become a trainer, but he felt like he's too short.
What does that have to do with being a trainer?
I talked about this guy named Marco where was Marco from? He was from a South American country. I can't remember. The black dude, small black dude at the Donnie's gym with the Latin accent.
Oh, the one with that accent. Oh,
yeah.
I don't know where he's from.
It was one of them South American. Yeah.
He was very short. Yeah.
He was like 5'3", 2. Excuse Jovina saying he was very short. Thanks, Jovina.
Well,
the brother's got enough to deal with.
No, he's like my sister's height.
Yeah, she's 5'2".
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was a trainer.
And he did his job, and he was supposed to. Apparently, according to Donnie, he's
really good
at what he does.
Yeah, he's very awesome.
Very sought after.
And he's older than I am. He's 61.
He's older.
Yeah, he's very into it. You can tell by his body. You know, Chris was
He's
getting on me.
serious about it.
Chris was getting on me again about my weight.
Yeah, I kind of heard a little something. You guys going back and forth.
No, this is actually in a text he sent me. He's trying
today.
He's trying to motivate me. He doesn't realize my illnesses.
I was trying to motivate
Prevents
you.
me from doing aerobics
I see.
proper way. Anyway, all right, fellas, I've been rambling enough on this.
Yes.
It's been a 30-minute video. It should have been a 10-minute video, but I apologize for that. Nate, you need some work, man. Okay, you really need some work. Peace.